The last time I did a water change in my 10-gallon cherry shrimp tank, I neglected to brush the algae off the hardscape, so of course that's what stands out when viewing the tank. It doesn't do any harm to the fauna, but it is unsightly. I'm very pleased with the way the Java moss is growing on the left side of the aquascape. In fact, I recently trimmed it and moved some to my 10-gallon betta aquascape. Since adding brown paper packets of compost, the plants are doing quite well. The Hygrophila corymbosa cherry leaf variant on the right, mixed with water wisteria, is doing very well. And Rotala rotundifolia on the left has a nice bushy stand. When I do a water change in a shrimp tank, I often return much of the water that I removed to the tank, along with some chlorinated tap water or water that's been sitting in buckets for several days at least, so that the chlorine will evaporate. I don't want to add too much tap water because shrimp do tend to be quite sensitive to sudden shifts in water parameters such as pH and hardness. So I want to do a proper cleaning of this tank and touch it up a bit. That looks much better. I got most of the algae off of the hardscape. The Java moss came loose from the rock to which it was attached, so I tied it to a small rock that was black in color and rounded. Unfortunately, it doesn't match the rest of the hardscape, but that's alright because I put it in between the rocks, and I arranged the rocks in such a way that instead of laying flat against each other, they have more depth because they're arranged in a zigzag fashion.